Joe McFadden was crowned the winner of Strictly Come Dancing on Saturday night, making him the oldest ever contestant to scoop the Glitter Ball trophy. The Glaswegian actor, 42, made history as he took the record from 2009 winner Chris Hollins in the action-packed final and triumphed over fellow celebrities Gemma Atkinson, Debbie McGee and Alexandra Burke. As partner Katya Jones burst into tears, the elated Holby City star whooped in amazement and gushed, "Oh my goodness. It's completely surreal. I can't believe we did it. Not in a million years did I think we could do it." He continued, "I'm so in awe of everyone who started all those weeks ago. We've become such a tight-knit group, and every single one of us are winners. I love them all to bits." Turning to Katya, he added, "This woman is the most amazing woman. Thank you so much for sticking with me and persevering with me and for being the most amazing dancer and counselor and slave driver. She's amazing, utterly amazing." The pair looked at each other in disbelief, with a sobbing Katya rendered unable to speak through her tears. Meanwhile, hosts Tess Daly and Claudia Winkleman offered their commiserations to Gemma, Debbie, and Alexandra. Smiling graciously, Debbie declared that she had loved every minute, while Alexandra added, "It's been an amazing journey, and I'm so happy for Joe," and Gemma offered her congratulations to the winners. Joe made history as he became the oldest contestant and the first Scottish competitor to win the show. He took the age record from 2009 winner, presenter Chris Hollins, who was 38 when he was one. He scored 39 for both his Viennese waltz and his Schoudens, and a perfect 40 for his Charleston, placing him second on the leaderboard based on judges' scores, behind Alexandra Burke. Meanwhile, Alexandra Burke became emotional as she reflected on her tough journey to get to the glittering grand final on Saturday night after performing a dazzling jive to Tina Turner's Proud Mary. Clutching a tissue in her hand, the 29-year-old singer welled up as she said, "I really don't want to cry. It's been a tough journey, and for it to be the last one with you, partner Gorka Marquez, I'm gutted about that." Holding back the tears, she added, "It has brought so much joy to my life. I am so happy. Let's just enjoy the rest of the night. I really believe my family would be proud. I think my mum would be the proudest mother. To know I continued with her dream and was part of something so great and something so magical." Spaniard Gorka, 27, replied, "It has always been incredible. It's the last time I'm going to be holding her, and that is making me emotional right now." Meanwhile, the tributes poured in from her family, with her dad saying, "You continue to be my little diamond," while her boyfriend Josh added, "You've done us all very proud. Good luck, I love you." After her incredible jive, Shirley gushed, "This is absolute pure brilliance from beginning to end. You're just always a sparkle and a bubble. You have done magnificently this season." Bruno added, "I'm sure this will go down in the Strictly Come Dancing Hall of Fame," while Craig, clearly rendered speechless by her performance, gave her a standing ovation. Darcy commented, "You are outdoing Mr. Gorka. I can't believe you did that. Please just tell me when you're going to perform next, because I want to be there and I want to see it." Meanwhile, Debbie, who landed a coveted spot at the Royal Ballet School at the tender age of 16, where she trained as a professional dancer, hailed back to her ballerina roots as she transformed into a real-life fairy for her dramatic shoutings. The 59-year-old stunned with her ethereal performance to One Day I'll Fly Away by Waltz and struggled to hold back the tears as she admitted the magical tune made her cry every time. Darcy, a trained ballerina herself, said, "You are so perfectly petite, like this magical sparkle for Giovanni, it is so endearing." How after that spinning lift, how did you find your balance after that? It is extraordinary work. Very, very beautiful. Shirley, struggling not to well up, added, "It was quite emotional actually. This show dance shows your growth and how far you have come. In the beginning, you dared to dream and your dreams have come true. Everyone wants to take you home and watch you sparkle." Speaking after their comments, Debbie looked choked up as she admitted, "It's the music. Every time I've done it, I've cried and it takes over you. I was really worried that if I got too emotional I wouldn't pull it off." Meanwhile, Alexandra Burr kicked off the dancing competition's hotly tipped grand final with a show-stopping American Smooth on Saturday night to the My Fair Lady tune Wouldn't It Be Lovely. Afterwards, the 29-year-old former X Factor winner gushed, "It feels out of this world. I just want to do that again." And we're in the final. "Yes," Shirley said, "you truly captured the essence of everything this final is about. So feminine. You brought a much softer side. It was exquisite." Bruno added, "Lovelier than ever. Your greatest quality is that you give your heart and soul, you don't hold back." Craig deadpanned, "I thought it was absolutely dreadful because I couldn't find a single thing wrong with it." They scored 8s and 9s when they first performed the dance in week 3, but their second performance won them a whopping score of 40. Next up was Debbie McGee and Giovanni Pernice's Salsa to Can't Take My Eyes Off You by Boys Town Gang. Bruno said baffled, "She's like a TARDIS. You defy all concept of physics and time. You dance like a 20-year-old." Darcy gushed over her chemistry and partnership with Giovanni, saying it gels to perfection, prompting the dancer to plant a kiss on Debbie's forehead. And the gushing comments translated into a dazzling score of 39 points, leaving the duo jumping up and down with joy. Gemma and Alja's judges' pick dance was the Paso Doble to Viva La Vida by Coldplay. Craig said she had fantastic focus, strong lines, really suits your frame, while Darcy added that she had drama, determination and you held the passion to the last beat, placing them in third place. The partners got a final score of 36 points. Next up was Joe and Katya, whose judges' pick dance was the Viennese Waltz to Somewhere My Love from Dr. Zhivago. Darcy said, "You rose to the challenge, improved your posture, it was one of my favorites of the series." Shirley added, "It was big, bold and beautiful, and if I had one, you'd get an 11 paddle for that professional standard." They were awarded 9, 10, 10, 10 for a total of 39 points, making them joint second with Debbie. Kicking off the shoutances was Alexandra and Gorka, gliding across the floor to There's No Business Like Show Busyness by Ethel Merman. Featuring elements of quickstep, American Smooth and Argentine Tango, the dance certainly left the judging panel impressed. Bruno said Alexandra was the top of the pops and added, "I love the way you wrapped it into a beautiful tribute to the movies." Darcy added, "I really loved it. Great variety. I thought the energy was brilliant throughout, and I loved the brilliant surprises throughout." They awarded the beaming couple a glittering 39, leaving a breathless Alexandra gushing, "I'm just trying to digest it." Meanwhile, Debbie and Giovanni performed to "One Day I'll Fly Away" by Vaults for their dramatic shout-ins, with Debbie taking center stage in a princess-like beaded slip dress. Darcy, a trained ballerina herself, said, "You are so perfectly petite, like this magical sparkle for Giovanni, it is so endearing." "How after that spinning lift, how did you find your balance after that? It is extraordinary work. Very, very beautiful." Shirley, struggling not too well up, added, "It was quite emotional actually. This show dance shows your growth and how far you have come. In the beginning, you dared to dream and your dreams have come true. Everyone wants to take you home and watch you sparkle." Debbie, looking emotional, said, "It's the music. Every time I've done it, I've cried and it takes over you. I was really worried that if I got too emotional I wouldn't pull it off." Next up was Gemma and Alges with their raunchy Charleston-inspired number "To Show Me How You Burlesque" by Christina Aguilera from the 2010 film Burlesque. While Craig said the performance left him underwhelmed, Shirley disagreed. "I'm quite in shock," she said. "You have absolutely graduated from being a beginner. You looked with that fierce face, you lifted that leg. You weren't scared, you gave it 1000%. I was impressed." Bruno purred, "Where have you been hiding? You're a blonde bombshell. That was a quick sexy. You were out there, erotic, sultry, and the quick step itself was technically stunning." They were awarded an impressive 38 points, leaving the dancers chanting Gemma's name in amazement. Joe and Katya Shoudens was the 80s classic "You Make My Dreams" by Hall & Oates. Darcy called him Dreamy Prince Joe, adding, "You're a snappy mover. I didn't want the fairy tale to end." Bruno concluded, "You played to your strengths and entertained us perfectly." And the comments translated into a commendable score of 39. For their final dance, Debbie and Giovanni picked their Week 10 Argentine tango, set to the traditional music of Por Una Cabeza by Carlos Gardel and Alfredo Lapera. Bruno raved, "Sublime, you set the benchmark. It was even better than before. You've exceeded my expectations and been a source of inspiration, getting better with age, go 60-year-olds." And the other judges agreed, awarding the former magician's assistant a dazzling 40 points. Debbie got emotional as she discussed the death of her husband Paul Daniel. She said, "After I lost Paul the first, lost a lot of confidence. What Giovanni has given me is that confidence back, that I can do it on my own and I'm okay." Struggling to hold back the emotion himself, Giovanni said vehemently, "You deserve every cent of it, every cent of it." Meanwhile, Tess Daly and Claudia Winkleman put their best sartorial foot forward for the dancing competition's glittering grand final on Saturday night. Tess ensured all eyes were on her with her striking one-piece, which featured a structured tulip hem bodice. Styling her glossy golden tresses in polished waves, the presenter complimented her look with a slick of scarlet lipstick. Meanwhile, Claudia stuck to her favorite monochrome palette with her navy number, which featured an irreverent semi-sheer hemline. The judges picked a routine from the series for the couples to dance again in the grand final, as well as a dazzling shout-dance, and choose their favorite dance from the show as the third and final routine. Ed Sheeran will perform in the final as he attempts to clinch the Christmas #1 spot. The singer-songwriter was revealed as a performer by the BBC hours before the show and was snapped backstage by Strictly stars including presenter Tess Daly. She posed with Sheeran, while fellow redhead Neil Jones, a pro dancer on the show, photobombed them. Daly wrote on the Instagram post, "Thrilled to see the brilliant Ed Sheeran on tonight's Strictly final. The most down-to-earth superstar you could wish to meet. What a lovely, genuine guy." Jones also got a selfie with the singer, who he joked was a brother from another mother. "You will love his performance tonight," Jones wrote. Sheeran is on track to clinch next week's Christmas #1 with a remix of his single Perfect, which features US superstar Beyoncé. Meanwhile, Paralympian Johnny Peacock warmed up for his final Strictly Come Dancing appearance by appearing to enjoy a few drinks. The sprinter, who was knocked out with partner Odi Mabuse in week 9 of the series, will return to the dance floor alongside the rest of the class of 2017 for the group dance. Hours before the final show, he posted a snap of a half-empty bottle of spiced rum alongside the words, "The show hasn't even begun yet. It's going to be a fun one." Scottish comedian Susan Calman, who was knocked out in week 10 of the competition, shared a tribute to the show ahead of her own final dance. She wrote, "Strictly final starts soon. My last time dancing on the most amazing show on television. Makeup, hair, wardrobe, props, floor managers, band, production, VT teams, runners and every other person who makes the show work have made this the best experience of my life. Thank you." Judge Bruno Tognoli also joined in the fun, sharing a photo of him dancing naked on Twitter.